So this video is going to have a lot of practical stuff that you're going to need to do, especially when it comes to improving your mental health. I know it says that these are the most important 10 minutes of your day, and they are. People neglect their mental health way too much, and I know you're going to want to click off now. I know you're looking for these fucking motivational videos. People neglect their mental health way too much. If you don't fix your mental health, I guarantee you never become successful. You have to fix your mental health, right? There's a lot of practical tips in here, things that you have to do within the next week, right? We're going to do a social experiment with you. It's going to be a little social experiment. You're going to start today, and we're going to see the difference within a week's time. So what I want you to do, first thing I want you to do after you've watched this video, NHS website, right? You're going to go into there. You're going to type in NHS Wellbeing, Emotional and Wellbeing Test, right? I think that's what it's called. Now when you go onto there, there's going to be, I think, 35 questions or so. You're going to answer all the questions, all the different sections. And at the end, in section 8, I think, they're going to give you your score, or the things like you might have a problem with, like anxiety, depression, all these kind of things. They'll give you a score, and if it's too low, they'll just say, yeah, no concerns, you're fine. That's what it says for me, and I know it says that for me. That doesn't mean you should aim to get that. You should be truthful on what you're doing in the test. I did this a lot, right? Whenever it came to questionnaires, I would always somewhat skew my answers because I wanted a better outcome, the outcome I wanted, and I would skew my answers towards that so I would get that outcome. With this, you don't do that. Be completely honest, okay? Be really honest with whatever question to ask you, answer it. Whatever your score is, right? You're going to get that score, you're going to get whatever your problems are, and it's going to say you struggle with X, Y, whatever. You're going to have to do 3 tasks within the next week, and I guarantee they improve your mental health. But that's if you do them. If you don't do them, then you're fucked. If you only do 2 of them, then you're fucked. You have to do all 3 of these. I'll tell you what they are right now. So first thing, thinking of your problem to yourself and not speaking about it, not writing about it, not just trying to solve it through your own thoughts, will never solve the problem. You will never get rid of the feelings or the emotions for that issue from simply just thinking about it because you're stuck in your own head. The other day, it was yesterday, I had a conversation with my friend Harry. We were in the gym changing rooms, and we were talking just about in general about my YouTube channel here and there, and he asked me about my childhood, about my trauma, and I was really hesitant at first to explain it to him. Then I decided why not. I hadn't really talked about it before, so I explained it to him. I explained the entire story. No one walked in the entire time. It was like I almost had to explain it to him, and I hadn't really talked to anyone or written about it or done anything based on what had happened ever since it happened. And that conversation was really relieving in a sense. I felt so relaxed after having it. It felt like this burden was taken off me when I hadn't even really been thinking about the thing. I thought it was solved. It just shows how important speaking about it to someone is, because I know there's a trend now, right? There's a trend where men speaking about their emotions is really bad, but if you don't do that, especially with your boys, you should speak to your boys about your emotions. Not specifically emotions, because we're not as emotional as women, but at least with our past traumas, or our past situations that we might not know may be burdening us. But it's okay to talk about it with our friends, with our boys, because it lets you take that burden off your chest. And speaking about your experiences or writing about your experiences can help you join the dots and give you a bit of closure to your experience. So what I want you to do is, right, I want you to go into Notion. It's like this notes website app or whatever. You can get it on your phone, you can get it on your PC, right? You're going to type in Notion, you can go in, you're going to create your account, and I want you to create a page, right? You're going to create a page and you're going to name it, How is my mental health? And you can add one of those cute little icons, right? The fucking green with the head and the brain and stuff, like to show mental health or whatever. You can add one of those icons if you want. Every morning, for the next 7 days, you want to write how your mental health is. Achoo! God damn! Bless me. Bless me. No one else is going to bless me. I'll bless myself. So you're gonna write, how's my mental health? And every day for the next 7 days, you're going to write, this happened, this happened, this happened, whatever's bugging you. Even the littlest thing, you're going to write it. You're simply going to write it down. And you're going to explain how much it's bugging you. You don't have to find solutions. You don't have to find XXX. Example that I'll write is that I've slacked on it for a bit, so maybe that's an issue for me. But I'll simply say I woke up this morning pretty late compared to how I usually wake up. But in general, I'm feeling great. In general, I'm feeling alright, but I woke up a bit late, so I was a bit annoyed about that, but it's okay. I can go back and do it tomorrow. Or write something like that along the lines. So you take 5 minutes every day, maybe in the morning, afternoon, or evening, to write about your problem. It's only 5 minutes. It's not that long, and it'll help you. It will add up over time, and it will genuinely help you. Some days you might wake up and not even know what to write about. There might not be a thing that comes to your head. Maybe everything's going okay. That's fine. That's okay. That's a good thing. It means you're on the right path towards getting to that goal that you want to get to by the end of this social experiment. Now, this second tip that I'm going to give you, it has got to be the best thing I've ever learned or figured out about in my life. There's this thing called homework for life. And homework for life has been life-changing for me because it's really slowed down time. You have the sayings of time going by so fast. You know the feeling when a week has gone by, but it only feels like a day's gone by? That's because every single day has bled into each other, and every day has been made the same by you. And every day has been made the same by you. You've made every day not have anything different. You've just assumed that you're doing the same things every day and it's okay to disregard the days. Homework for life stops that. It slows life down. That saying that time flies by doesn't exist anymore. You have to be present in the moment, and when you are writing about it, each day will have something different to say. So what you're going to do is write. Same thing on Notion. You can create another page. You can call it whatever you want. I've called it storytelling, but you can call it whatever you want. You can call it homework for life, actually. That's like a basic title. Write that. Now, every day, you have to do this every single day. I've slacked. I haven't done this every single day, but I know I need to. You have to do this every single day for the next 7 days. You're going to write down, right? What happened in the day that made it different from yesterday, right? At the end of the day, 5 minutes. You're gonna write down. It doesn't have to be that crazy, right? The story doesn't have to be long. Like if I were to write a story, it will simply be, say for example, about yesterday. I'll write a story about me having my conversation with Harry in the changing room. Say, conversation with Harry in the changing room. No one came into the changing room. It's almost like I had to have that conversation. That's all you have to write. And then when you go back to that point, you can fully bring yourself back to that moment. And life really slows down because every day has something different to it. Every day had this little touch to it, which made it different from the day before that, the next day, or the day to day. And that's a beautiful thing to have, because it means that every day doesn't bleed into each other. Time isn't just going by. You're not just slowly getting older. You don't feel cynical anymore. That's an important thing that you need to start doing. And maybe you'll write something that you don't think is too story-worthy. You don't think it's worth to write down. It's okay. Write it down, because that still made today different to yesterday. That's how you separate the days out. That's how you make each day unique and individual. So do it. Start doing homework for life. Now this third thing, I'll be honest, I haven't written any notes for this. I haven't scripted this part in, because I feel like it really speaks for itself. So there's this thing called gratitude journaling. You've probably heard this so many times over the course of your self-improvement journey. But gratitude journaling has got to be one of the most important things that I stopped doing for a really long time. I did, and I'll admit it, because I haven't done it very much. But when I started doing it again, it's that little cherry on top for you to be grateful for the things that are in front of you. Like I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you. You're watching this video, you're watching me teach you a lesson. I'm grateful that you exist. I'm grateful that you're alive, that you're watching this video, that you're actually investing in me and investing in my lessons that I'm to teach to you. That amount of gratitude is necessary for your mental health. There's a lot of people going around who aren't able to be grateful for anything. No wonder your mental health is bad. But if you can't be grateful for the simple things in life and you need so many things to make sure you're happy, then how do you expect your mental health to improve? So what you're going to do now, right? With these things I've told you, next morning you're going to wake up. And before you do anything for your day, say after you showered, you can do this after you showered. Before you start doing any work, you're going to write down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. In a book, on a piece of paper, anywhere. I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for this. And that will help you become this grateful person, this gratitude person, this happy person that everyone looks up to and really asks, how have you become so productive? How have you become so happy? How have you fixed your mental health? And people ask me this because I didn't have my mental health in a great state. My mental health was terrible. I was a dickhead to people. I was a terrible, terrible person. No one wanted to spend time with me, but it took me fixing my mental health, being grateful for the things around me, to make people want to invest in me more, want to spend time with me. And that's what I hope for you. I hope this helps you, and by the end of this social experiment, these 7 days, remember, 7 days, do these things, and see what happens. See what happens to your score on your NHS well-being check. And I guarantee it lowers. And those are the 3 tips, so do them, okay? I know I can, I'm gonna do this fucking, this is us, man, this is us. You better do this shit, okay? Get it done. See what your score is after 7 days. It will go down, I'm telling you. Thank you for listening to me, man. Go get that shit. Mwah. Mwah.